Welcome back to The Curious Yapper. I'm Madison, your host and favorite yapper. And the last episode where I said it was the Wicked episode, I was playing jokes on you, trying to see if you could catch that it was the repeat episode. Just kidding. What actually happened is I have always said I could talk to a wall, and by golly, I definitely did, because I recorded a whole episode and uploaded the wrong one and got ahead of myself and decided to clean up my photo storage and ended up deleting the video that I had recorded. So it was just for myself. And I was telling you all that Evan and I had rewatched the Wicked first movie because Wicked for Good Part 2 is coming out this past week. And that's what I was talking about. So I'll do a quick recap of things from that episode. On Monday, a couple weeks ago, I went line dancing for the first time. So we're trying to little by little do things outside of our comfort zone. That was Monday. The next day was Dancing with the Stars, which I absolutely love and adore. Andy, the Fandies, Andy went home that night. Then the next night I had some good therapy, and then had my game night. They call us the Swoop group. Swoop is a card game, and this is the same group of people that I met through the lady at the library. So Swoop group is what we call that game group. That was delightful on that Wednesday. And then the next day, Thursday, was a mad dash trying to get all the things done so that we could travel to Texas. On Friday, we traveled to Texas, and that was right in the middle of all of the travel restrictions and flights that could be canceled and security time and all that stuff. So naturally, when Evan and I were leaving for a 5:30 a.m. flight, I naturally told him that we needed to wake up at 2 a.m. just casually. And so we were up at 2 a.m. We were at the airport by 2:45 a.m. and we were in the security line no later than 3 a.m. And the line was kind of slow, and there was only one side of security that was open, so I was glad that we were there. Evan also said he thought it was because it was 3 a.m. in the morning that only one side was fully operational. So that was Friday. We definitely made it on time for the flight, so that was delightful. I actually sat next to somebody on the plane that I guess was really nervous, but I was locked in. I had some headphones on, and I was just reading my book, watching Selling the OC, living in my own world, and I could really tell that I have grown some with knowing what feelings are mine and what feelings are other people's. So I was completely in my own world, and this lady that sat next to me, she was in the middle, and she had been working with, I guess, the lady on the aisle, and I was observing and watching myself as she was reacting to some of the turbulence. I was watching the feelings and the tightness in my heart race just because I was trying to hold someone else's feelings. And I have worked very hard not to do that. So it was interesting to be the observer of that and know for myself that those feelings were not mine and there was nothing more I could do. She was being comforted by somebody else. So just stayed in my own little world for the flight. And then Evan and I got our rental car, and our first stop at the airport was Son of a Butcher. And so we got some delicious sliders. Thank you, back to Texas for good food. And I also got the loaded brisket cheese fries, and it was just good. A lot of the common theme of the foods I was eating was definitely cheese, cheese, cheese. So we stopped, did cheese, then ran over to my mom's new house. In the time I was in Texas, I actually didn't get back over to my childhood house. So I'm not sure about any of those feelings that I may or may not have, but I saw her new home, and then Evan and I headed up north to Oklahoma to go see his side of the family. And when we got there, we had my favorite Mexican place. So I got some chips and queso, and I had a delicious birria burrito, and just yummy all around. And then we were exhausted being up since 2 a.m. our time. and ended up getting there, giving some hugs, and then went off to bed. Then the next morning, we woke up and went on a walk with his dad around the neighborhood, then came back, and it was all of the family, all the brothers, all the nieces and nephews, everybody was there having a good early Thanksgiving together. And it was fun to see some of the nephews that had come to visit us back in October and got to see how they were doing and get to share, some memories together. And then Evan and I and a couple others went on a little walk. It was good to process and digest some of that food. And then after that, it was time for us to head south to Texas. We stayed with my sister. When we got there, she had cute little treats set up on the bed, and my niece had colored on a piece of paper, and my sister made that into a welcome sign. So I have that. It's in my office right now. And that was just delightful. Chatted for a bit and then hit the hay. It was a long day of interaction, lots of family time, lots of talking with people. And then the next day, it was time for early holidays with my side of the family. And I took out my sister's dog, Ozzy. Got to take Ozzy Bear on a walk in the morning. That's been our thing ever since he has his sister and my niece around in the picture. Anytime I come over, I make sure to give him lots of attention because he was the first like kid in the family. So gotta give some love to the pup. So that was fun. Got to do that. And then my family started showing up at my sister's, and it was time to get food rocking and rolling. And then we had a good meal. It was fun giving people presents. I was very enthused to give my parents their presents. I think I did good with those. So that was fun. We did early holidays, so both Thanksgiving and Christmas, because it'll be the first year that Evan and I are not traveling to go be with extended family, and I'll get into some of that later, but I'm actually really excited. So that was holidays. Then the next day I spent a little bit of time with each parent, then came back, took a nap at my sister's, caught up on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives because my sister and her husband were watching that and I wanted to watch it with them. So got to do that and had dinner with them, watched an episode, and then it was time for me to trek over to where I was staying, because I was staying in Texas for work. I have not always been good at doing work trips because I spread myself too thin. I think being from Texas in that area, there's a lot of pressure to go see people and interact. And so while I enjoy it, and that's why I do it, I do spread myself thin. So I have some more searching, and I got to figure out maybe combining and say, hey, I'm going here. Anybody can come for dinner. I'm not really sure, but I need to find ways to do that better. Anyways, so then Tuesday after work, it was a very long, busy, bustling day, and after work went to go get my favorite cookies, and I was so excited to have the croissant cookie, and it wasn't as good as I remembered, which was kind of a bummer. And I still had good cookies. The frosted oatmeal from Cookie Society is still my favorite, and it was delicious. So that was good. And was out yapping longer than I thought. Got back, I was going to watch Dancing with the Stars, and I was just really tired, and I decided to go to bed. Then the next day, Wednesday, I had bread Zeppelin for lunch. Got to go pick it up with my bestie girl, and then after work got to chat with her, go on a walk. She was walking so fast, I was barely keeping up, and I was huffing and puffing as we're catching up on life, and that was really good. After that, went to Rodeo Goat with another bestie, and good to catch up, but delicious food. I'm here for the food. So I'm here for all of it, but I miss the Texas food. So that was that. Then the next day was another busy day, and actually ended up they were having their Thanksgiving potluck, so I got to go have the potluck with my old team. Got to see some people for a little bit. And then my bestie girl texted me before she was leaving. She's like, hey, you're gonna be back at your desk before this time. And I was like, why is she texting me? And then I realized that it was my last day in the office, and it had just gone so quick with Whirlwind, and I couldn't believe it was like goodbye. So that was hard. And I was just so busy. I shed some tears with her because it just felt like I was so busy. I didn't get to see and interact with the people that I miss and love so much. So that was really hard for me. And just felt like a mad dash the whole time. So again, I got to figure out better ways to do that. Still really good to see people. Then I walked her out to her car and helped her carry some stuff. And I was like, this felt reminiscent to March because I cried at her car. And anywho's, tough. It was tough. And at the same time, both of us were saying, well, the fact that we miss each other means that there's a good relationship still that exists there, which is good. Still really hard though. It was hard this time to say byes this time. I visited back in May, and we had just moved here, so it was still like so fun to come back to the area. And then I also visited back in June, and same thing. I was just so good to see everybody, and then ready to be back. And I am still ready to be back, and it was so good to come back home. It was just hard to say bye. So Thursday, then after work, well, I was so excited the whole week because after that, I met my sister for dinner, but with her family, and then me and her went to go see Wicked, the second part of the movie, which was so fun because we had seen it together a year ago, and we had no idea what we were getting into. Evan just tried to sing. And we had no idea what we're getting into, and I just really enjoyed it. So it was really fun. We took a picture. They had a little setup of the Yellow Brick Road. We were there on Thursday night, so like kind of opening night. So there were lots of people there. I had never been in a movie theater probably since high school or middle school that was so packed because we were there on an opening night. So it was really fun. It was great. Then the next morning was travel day, and got to the airport really early because I was trying to get some work done. And I had the hardest time getting my hotspot to work and get signed in, and it took me so long to send a couple of emails, and I was like, what am I doing? So that was a little frustrating, but ended up being good. So good to be home. As soon as I saw my Mount Hood from the sky with the airplane, it just feels so good. And I just love it. I love it here. So good to be back. Good to be back with Evan. And yeah, while it was hard to say bye again to people that I love and the food, but people that I love, it was really good to be back. So that was Friday. Evan and I went on a little walk, and I think we had Taco Bell, and we got to watch Dancing with the Stars since neither of us had watched it without the other. And then yesterday was Saturday, and slept in, kept sleeping, and then took Pearl to the dealership because she needed new brakes. After that, we went grocery shopping, came back home. Evan made us breakfast, picked up Pearl, went on a walk, took it chill, easy evening. Then this morning, slept in a little bit, read in the morning, went and supported a friend. She was getting baptized this morning. That was an interesting experience for myself because I had lots of feels about going to a church service. And then Evan and I went on a hike. It was raining. We were soaked when we got back to the car. Evan has purchased pants for specifically rain, and he forgot this. So he was as drenched as I was. And when I got out of the car after driving home, there's just like an outline as if I had gone swimming. in my car seat. So did that. Evan made us delicious vegetable stew and some pepperoni rolls with Rose rolls. So good. And that was today. Also figured out what we're doing for the Thanksgiving holiday. We're going on a little adventure, staying at a place that's like an hour and a half away, but a hike that we've been wanting to do, and just a fun adventure, just us for Thanksgiving. And I'm really excited to do holidays that are just for us, and doing exactly what we want and just being together. So really excited for that. Maybe I'll have an update for you in a week. And I want to share some of my Trader Joe's finds. So these are delicious candy cane almonds. Last year I had tried them, and then when I went to go get another bag, they were sold out. So candy cane almonds, delicious. These also are so good. They're dark chocolate mint stars, so good. I cracked them open before we had some lunch today, and Evan and I were like, why are they so good, delicious? Then another find was these peppermint marshmallows. So I'm excited to try some peppermint marshmallows on top of hot chocolate. After I'm done recording this and uploading, I'm gonna get myself some hot chocolate, and I'm excited to do that. But that is all my updates. Fingers crossed that I actually upload this video correctly. And I hope you have a wonderful week, Yappers. You can do it even when things are hard. I know that I'm in a challenging season, and we can do it. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye, Yappers.